Cairo Mom to be here. I just wanted to continue my last post with a little bit more information about your options as a new mom or a mom to be or a soon to be mom to a second or third or fourth or fifth. Because once again, as I started going through this process, I recognized how there's plenty of information out there about options, but at the same time, not all of our options are really described to us. So sometimes we don't really know what's available. If you remember, I am a chiropractic student at Life, and I'm so excited. And I'm excited to be able to serve the public in about a year or so, so that we can all be our most healthy us, so that we can fulfill the purpose that we were put here on earth to fulfill with as little pain as possible in our bodies and with as much success as possible. So I'm excited to serve. In the process of being in school, I have learned so much about how to live a vitalistic lifestyle. One might call it a natural lifestyle, but it's really an idea that our bodies were created to be able to heal themselves. And it's an ADIO idea. Above, down, inside, out. So our Creator gave us this opportunity to heal from the inside out without needing much extraneous help. And birth is similar to that. It's amazing what our bodies know how to do. Thousands of years ago, when we had to have babies outside of hospitals, our bodies still knew what to do. And even today, our bodies still know exactly what to do in order to conceive and grow and birth a baby. And it's such a beautiful thing. It's such a cool thing. And I'm constantly more and more excited about that. So of course, as a mom to be, I wanted to gain even more information about my options, because now I was making those decisions. And so we already knew that, generally speaking, the medical way of having a baby is one that does not really promote maximum health to the mom or baby. Now, I do want to say that doctors absolutely are necessary. They absolutely have a place. And hospitals are absolutely necessary, and they absolutely have a place. And in an emergency situation, we want to be here in America because we have some of the best emergency care that you can get in the world. So as a mom to be, I knew that I needed to have that available to me, because what if something unexpected or dramatic did happen with Nugget? Well, I wanted to be sure that I was able to get to the facility that I needed for that care. Absolutely, and for sure. We even have, or did have, an OBGYN to refer to in case something came up that we were really unsure of, or didn't understand, or we needed a second opinion on. Other than that, I had a midwife, and she was fantastic. Who has delivered hundreds of babies over the years, including her own, very, very successfully, and who supported the process of the body birthing the baby. And again, that's so important. And I'll talk about the birthing process specifically in another video, because that's very detailed as to what the body goes through and what that does for the mom and for the baby in the process of birthing. It's so cool and it's so detailed. It's very specific, I would say. And so again, I'll save that for another video. But I want to continue talking about my miscarriage and my options going in and into that and wrapping that up. So as I said before, we had a midwife, and so we did some labs, to check on our HCG, and we were doing the labs that needed to be done, to make sure that we had the information that we needed. But one of the things that we decided not to do was to not have unnecessary ultrasounds. And that was such a hard thing to do. I knew going into it that I only wanted to have just as few as necessary. And so I knew that at week 20, that would be the very best time to have at least one ultrasound so that we would be able to see all the body parts, and again, to see if there was anything that needed to be, that we needed to be aware of, so that when we did birth, that we had the available tools necessary. So, if something emergent happened, or we knew that something emergent would happen, that we would indeed have to be at a hospital to take care of that. But otherwise, if everything seemed healthy and good, that we were going to be able to have the home birth that we were expecting. So, we can get ultrasounds these days so early. I mean, you can get one at 5 and 6 weeks even, to see if there is a fetus growing, and then to see the heartbeat. And it was hard once I was actually pregnant to not want to get that, because gosh, I mean, I just wanted to know. If you saw the last video, that I wanted to know, and that doubting that there was anything even growing inside of me was something that was a bit of a concern. It was a doubt that I had. And then in the end, that feeling of the empty gift, even now I know that if we had gotten an ultrasound, I probably would have found out much earlier that I was not going to have a viable pregnancy. Yet, I'm still very glad that I stuck with what I know in my heart to be the best plan for us, for Nugget and my husband and I, my husband and me. And again, so that meant that we would have the one ultrasound at week 20, unless something else occurred that made us think we needed to get one sooner. Why, do you ask? Why would you not want to have an ultrasound? It seems like they would not be of a problem.